Picture this. Just months ago, deep in the damp jungles of Viet Bach, American OSS operatives and Viet Minh fighters sat around a smoky campfire, passing cigarettes, sharing ration packs, and mapping out bold raids against Japanese garrisons. They crossed rivers together, waded through swamps, and faced death in ambushes that could have gone either way. And then, it was gone. In place of laughter came the thunder of gunfire, the roar of aircraft overhead, and crowds of terrified civilians fleeing for their lives. In 1945, it took only months for OSS and the Viet Minh to go from trusted allies to standing on opposite sides of the battlefield. August 1945, Japan surrenders unconditionally, ending the war in Asia. Peace seemed within reach, but it was only the stillness before the storm. OSS teams began packing up, ready to leave Vietnam, believing their mission was over. But in Paris, French politicians were drafting a different plan: to return to Indochina and reclaim every inch of colonial territory lost to Japan. In Washington, closed-door meetings unfolded one after another. The question on the table: should America support an independent Vietnam under Ho Chi Minh, or stand with a battered European ally still crucial to the new global order? The answer, sadly, wasn't shaped by promises of freedom or principles of justice, but by the ruthless logic of global power politics. Ho Chi Minh, believing in the relationship he had built with the Americans, sent letter after letter to President Harry S. Truman, 8 in total, pleading his case, invoking the Atlantic Charter's promise of self-determination. But every message vanished into silence. Worse still, military intelligence, topographic maps, and operational data that the Viet Minh had once shared with OSS to fight the Japanese were quietly passed to the French army, the same force that had ruled Vietnam with an iron fist for nearly a century. In OSS briefing rooms, the handshake with the Viet Minh had been replaced with a quiet handoff to the French. By late 1945, the port of Haiphong echoed with the blast of ship horns. French warships, flying the tricolor, steamed in with decks full of foreign legionnaires and heavy armored vehicles. From a distance, villagers knew a new chapter of hardship was about to begin. The Viet Minh understood they had been abandoned. Negotiations in Fontainebleau were nothing more than a diplomatic stage play. OSS in Hanoi received orders to withdraw, turning over key contacts and intelligence networks to the French. In the Old Quarter, cafes still bustled with patrons, but behind calm faces, suspicion and unease spread through the streets. Men who had once fought side by side now avoided each other's eyes. December 1946, the first shots rang out in Hanoi. Those bullets marked the beginning of the First Indochina War, a bloody conflict that would last nearly a decade. The United States, silent until now, openly backed France, not just with rifles and ammunition, but with money, advisors, and logistical support. Washington no longer saw Vietnam as a wartime ally against Japan, but as a key battleground to contain the spread of communism from the north. It was as if those friendships in the jungle back in 1945 had never existed. Why did America side with the very power that had oppressed Vietnam instead of the ally who fought alongside them? Was it a strategic blunder born from the Cold War's shadow, or was it part of a plan set in motion long before the OSS-Viet Minh alliance ever began? In Part 3, we'll uncover the secret negotiations, the backroom deals, and the promises that were never meant to be kept.